We have all heard statements from different sources, both ancient and contemporary, about a coming of time when the world is supposed to end, perhaps due to some apocalyptic events. Is such a time upon us in the near future? Will we see such events in our lives, or will they occur during the lives of our children or grandchildren? How can we understand about world's changing climate, natural disasters, or widespread epidemics? Is the world going to end? Let's turn to the Bhakti Yoga texts to understand what they have to tell us about this. The Bhakti wisdom explains time to be cyclic and not linear. There is a cyclic repetition of 4 ages, or yugas as they are called in Sanskrit. These 4 ages together make up an era. The first age is called the Satya Yuga or Golden Age, and it lasts for 1.728 million years. The second age is called the Treta Yuga or Silver Age, which lasts for 1.296 million years. The third age is called the Dwapara Yuga or Copper Age, which lasts for 864,000 years. And finally, there is Kali Yuga or Iron Age, which lasts for 432,000 years. The Golden Age is characterized by virtue, enlightenment, and a long duration of life. Practically everyone living in Golden Age is friendly, peaceful, self-controlled, and wise. With the passing of each age, all these noble qualities deteriorate to the point wherein the Iron Age, only 25% of the good qualities which were present in the Golden Age exist. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains that presently we are just over 5,000 years into the Iron Age. Now remember, these 4 ages together make up what is called an era, or more technically, a Chatur Yuga. So if you add up the time duration of the 4 ages, that comes to 4.32 million years. That's the duration of one era. Now let me introduce to you a person called Brahma. The wisdom texts explain that Brahma is the architect of this universe and lives on the highest planetary system within this universe called Brahmaloka. Each universe in the colossal material manifestation has its own Brahma. It's like a position similar to a president or prime minister. The universe exists for the entire duration of the lifespan of Brahma. So to understand when all the planets and stars in this universe, including Earth, are going to end, we have to first calculate the lifespan of Brahma. Brahma's daytime is equivalent to 1000 eras, and his nighttime is also of the same duration. That means Brahma's one entire day is equal to 4.32 million years multiplied by 2000, which equals to 8.64 billion years. The yoga texts explain that at the end of each day of Brahma, there is a partial destruction within each universe. During a partial destruction, the planets, stars, and other heavenly bodies are themselves not destroyed, but the calamity that takes place wipes out most of the life on these planets. Just like after a bushfire, new plants start to sprout after some time. Similarly, at the dawn of each new day of Brahma, life repopulates within this universe after each partial destruction. So when is the Earth planet completely destroyed? That happens at the end of Brahma's lifetime. Let's continue with our calculation. Brahma's one day is 8.64 billion years. Brahma's 1 year is equal to 8.64 billion years multiplied by 360, which equals to 3.11 trillion years. Brahma lives for 100 such years. That means his lifespan is equal to 3.11 trillion multiplied by 100, which equals to 311 trillion 40 billion years. The yoga text explains that Brahma is presently 50 years old. So that means 155 trillion 520 billion years of his life have already passed. Therefore, for our universe to end along with all its planetary systems, including Earth, there is still another 155 trillion 520 billion years left. The yoga texts go on to describe how as well as why entire material universes are destroyed and created again. For that, we have to introduce a person called Mahavishnu, but we won't get into that in this video. So there you have it. There are still trillions of years left before the Earth planet itself is completely destroyed. Now what do we make of climatic change, natural disasters, and other catastrophic occurrences we presently see and experience? The yoga texts explain that if we continue to interfere with the workings of nature in such a thoughtless and reckless way, causing damage to it and harming other living creatures, then naturally that will bring certain reactions which we'll have to face as a civilization. The more essential need for us now is to readjust our lifestyle and adopt a more holistic, simple, and harmonious way of living. The Bhagavad Gita and other Bhakti Yoga texts provide us with knowledge how we can lead a natural lifestyle that will bring within us and the world at large peace and happiness. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website to join our growing online community. Have a great time. Hare Krishna.